What's up, chums? Sharky here, and welcome back to the Shark Bites podcast. I am so sorry it has taken me so long to make an episode. Today I'm going to be talking about a topic that is different to what I normally talk about. I usually talk about furry issues. I have been a fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, otherwise known as FNAF, since around the time it came out in 2014. I was really into it, like the whole aesthetic of like a horror version of Chuck E. Cheese, basically. I was very into that. If any of you have ever looked into what inspired FNAF, some of you may have heard of the Rockafire explosion, which was an animatronic band at Showbiz Pizza. I'm going to be talking about my experience with Aaron Fechter and just how his channel has kind of devolved over time and just kind of what I think about what he is doing online. And I want to point out that this video is in no way, shape, or form trying to hate on Aaron Fechter. I'm not trying to say he needs to be canceled or anything like that. Being a fan, there are some things that I've noticed on his channel that I feel need to be called out. And this is just my personal opinion. If you're listening to this, please do not send any kind of message of hate or harassment to Aaron Fechter. That's not the point of this video. So who is Aaron Fechter? He is the inventor of the Rockafire explosion, which, like before I mentioned, was an animatronic band that he created with his company, Creative Engineering, back in, I believe, the late 70s, early 80s. I had a lot of respect for this guy. I found him to be very inspiring. Like, I really liked his work. I liked watching his videos on his YouTube channel. I thought he was a very interesting guy, and I really liked his stuff. Eventually, I reached out to him via email, which I'll get to that here in a second. If you know anything about the FNAF fan base, a lot of them know about the Rockafire and, like the Chuck E. Cheese animatronics. I actually reached out to Aaron and just kind of left him some nice messages. I basically just said, like, hey man, like, I'm a big fan of your work. All things like 80s and 90s, and I love like what you've done with the Rockafire explosion, and I wish it would come back, and be a thing again. And, I love Chuck E. Cheese since I was a kid. We used to go there for my birthday parties and stuff when I was little. So that's all I said to him. He responded, much to my surprise. I didn't really expect him to respond, but he basically just said, like, thanks, keep watching the channel, have a good day. So I did. I subscribed to his YouTube channel, and I really enjoyed his content. I mean, he was posting, at the time that I joined his channel, he was posting content like repairing animatronics, giving tours of Creative Engineering, like the building that they had made all the animatronics in, and the masks and all that. That was really cool to see. I've never seen that before. Unfortunately, like, Creative Engineering is not really in business anymore. After Showbiz Pizza kind of merged with Chuck E. Cheese's, and the Rockafire was no longer like in the restaurants and stuff, Creative Engineering, I believe, technically did close. Like, it has no employees except Aaron. Knowing that, like, I kind of felt really bad for him, because I feel like in some of his videos, like, you can tell that he's kind of sad about the past. He remembers people that used to work there and where they sat and what they did, and he's shown that in his videos, and it made me feel sad, honestly. Like, I felt really bad for him, and I still kind of do, because I know what that's like, to look back on the past and, like, have a connection still with it. And then I kind of noticed things starting to shift a bit. I started seeing, like, other videos come out about other people's interactions with him, and honestly, I was kind of shocked to hear about some of the stuff, and I kind of noticed some of it in his videos. But I think really, like, a turning point for me was 2016. I remember a video in particular that he had posted on his YouTube channel. Don't get me wrong, like, you can post whatever you want on your YouTube channel. I don't care, as long as it's not, like, hurting yourself or others. But he had posted a video of himself at a Trump rally in 2016. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Now, I'm not a political person. I mean, you can vote for whoever you want to vote for. I really don't care. The day that he posted that, I was mad about some other things, and I basically left a comment saying, F Trump. I quickly felt bad about posting it, and I actually deleted the comment. And I don't know exactly how deleting YouTube comments works if you do it within a certain time frame. I saw his reply even though the comment was deleted, and it said something along the lines of, "You don't deserve the Rockafire explosion in your life and you're basically banned from my channel." I felt really bad, honestly, because I actually did like the guy. So I actually reached out to him via email, the same one that I had used before. "Hey, this is the person that left that comment on your video, and I just wanted to say that I'm sorry. Like, I was very angry that day, and I didn't like seeing that because, like, everybody at that time was talking about that, you know. Just seeing it on his channel was kind of out of place because he hadn't really posted anything that political before." I basically apologized, and I noticed that he didn't actually ban me from his channel. I was still able to watch his videos and comment. He didn't respond to my email, and I kind of just left it at that. I still watched his videos from time to time. So, like I said before, all these videos started coming out about how he was treating his fans and how things were going on his channel. They really pointed out some other things that I feel like need to be addressed. So I'm just going to list a couple of things that I have noticed in other people's videos and in his own videos that I've seen. He tends to act very immature when people disagree with him. He immediately resorts to calling them haters and bullies and cannot take criticism well at all. I mean constructive criticism. He basically says, "F you, if you don't like this or you don't agree with me, you can just F off." And I don't think that's very appropriate for someone of his age to be acting like that. He is 66 years old, and he is much older than most, if not all, of his fan base, so I don't really feel like that is appropriate. Another thing that was pointed out by another YouTuber is that he basically attacks other YouTubers. He will call them names on Facebook and on YouTube. He will, like, tell his fan base to go attack said person. I've actually heard him say that because he's actually kept it in some of his videos. He's actively told his fans to go attack someone, which is not okay on any platform, let alone YouTube and Facebook. I know less about the Facebook stuff, but I do know that on YouTube, I've seen it with my own eyes. And basically, like, any YouTuber that calls him out or constructively criticizes him, he basically just attacks them because he feels like he is being attacked, even if that's not always the case. Once again, this man is 66 years old and he is acting like this. Threatening to hurt children. There was a video that I saw where he was basically saying that he would, quote unquote, kick someone's ass if he continued to comment on his YouTube channel. That is not okay because most of his fan base are children, as I said before, and threatening to kick a child's ass, I don't need to explain why that's not okay. He's basically pushing his political agenda on his Rockafire channel towards children. There are several videos as evidence of this. I mean, the Rockafire explosion was created for Showbiz Pizza as a child's entertainment source. He basically, technically, kind of, sort of has a kids entertainment channel. So for him to be, like, pushing his political agenda onto minors is kind of questionable, in my opinion. Another big thing that I've noticed on his channel personally, and that I do not like, is his pressuring fans to buy things. I notice that every time I get on his channel, he is always, like, pushing to sell something, whether it be stuff from his warehouse, his, workshop. He posts things on his eBay, besides Rockafire merch that I thought was just kind of weird. One of those things is the carpetbagger doll. He made Budsy dolls of the carpetbagger and is now trying to, like, push his fans to buy them, but, like, they're not selling, so now he's just trying to get rid of them, and he keeps changing the price. And I'm just saying, like, most of his fans are children, so I don't really feel like a lot of them would drop $100, $200 on a doll. Another thing that I noticed is he charges a lot of money for like birthday videos. Like you can have your own custom Rockafire birthday video made, which is fine, but they all kind of seem like the same video, and then they just have like a different overlay of text for whoever the birthday is for. But he charges like hundreds of dollars for these. His channel content kind of changed from like Rockafire stuff, like stuff that people actually subscribe for, to stuff that I don't know what it is, or I don't really have an interest in it. He started this thing called like a premium subscriber channel, which is I guess like a separate private channel, where basically you pay monthly for this premium subscription, and he posts like quote unquote exclusive videos to it. However, he's done some like sneak peeks at what those videos are that you're paying for, and it's honestly, in my opinion, it is not much different than his regular content on his channel. It kind of looks like the same kind of thing, and he's charging people money for it. I don't know. Basically, a lot of his content just started to get not very Rockafire oriented, or he would be attacking YouTubers and just posting those instead of stuff that has to do with the Rockafire, which is why people subscribed in the first place. So I don't really know what that's about, but you do have a responsibility online, because when you have a lot of subscribers, that comes with responsibility. You can't just say whatever you want on the internet without people calling you out on it. I mean, you just can't. In conclusion, I don't hate Aaron Fechter. In fact, like, I love the guy. Like, I really wish the best for him. And I really think that if he just took a little more responsibility and stopped acting like a child online, I feel like people would respect him a little bit more. Just my opinion. So, whatever. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I'll see you next time.